Hello again, it's TryHard and I'm back at you with some more Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls content. In today's video, we'll be discussing stutter stepping, exactly what it is, how to do it, and the benefits it'll bring you by doing it well. Guys, I know I've been gone for a while now. If you are interested in actually knowing where I've been, stick around to the end of the video. If not, let's get started. Okay, so just a quick disclaimer before we get started, I guess you can call it. A lot of people will find this very basic, and they'll be wondering why you even have a guide explaining this, because it's so second nature to people. Lots of people actually don't know what this is. Last Demon Hunter video I released back in February. I know it's a while ago, but yeah, back in February. Lots of people inboxed me. I had 20 or 30 inboxes along with probably 30 comments in the comment section below, asking how do you move like that? Why does your character move so quickly and shoot at the same time? That's because I'm using the technique called stutter stepping, which we're going to show you exactly how to do in this guide and what it is, blah, blah, blah. So let's get started with exactly what stutter stepping means. So I suppose the most simple way of explaining what stutter stepping is would be to say you're moving in between your attack animations. So, for example, my attack animation is 1.1 attacks per second, meaning I attack just over once per second. So if I stand still, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So to stutter step would be to fire and then move and then fire and move, fire, move, fire, move. As so. So it's a super slow, easy kind of animation to pick up. You just attack, move, attack, move, attack. And you literally lose no damage because you're doing it the exact same as you would by standing still. So where does this help in a game like Diablo 3? I think Diablo 3, for a ranged character or characters who can utilize stutter stepping, it's probably one of the most important tools to have under your belt. Reason being is, in order to kind of maximize your efficiency in Diablo, you're going to want to gather up as many monsters as possible, meaning moving while attacking, and also when you're doing greater rifts, you want to avoid as much damage as possible, at least I do on my Demon Hunter. So stutter stepping is absolutely crucial for that. I mean, you have to avoid so much damage on a Demon Hunter, it's unreal. So when you actually master stutter stepping, you'll find yourself dying 100 times less in greater rifts as a result. So we can pop into a quick clip and just have a look at how I'm stutter stepping and the damage I'm avoiding by doing it. And then we'll discuss exactly the best techniques for stutter stepping. So I've chosen this clip because there's quite a bit going on. This is actually back from Season 5, but this is just one of the clips I went through and I kind of like to watch. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage from various things, but it's hard to avoid in situations like this. And these are the kind of situations you'll find yourself in greater rifts on whichever character you're finding trying to stutter step on. So I'm fighting a few packs here. Not only do I have like a jailer pack, but they both have like mortars. They're shooting stuff at me. There's different monsters mixed in. There's, arcane to avoid. There's a lot going on. Like you can see projectiles flying at me, and I'm avoiding the majority of it and maximizing my damage by stutter stepping around and vaulting, of course. So it's not the perfect clip to show in terms of like avoiding every single thing, but I'd say it's a pretty good clip just to give you an idea of just what you can do with stutter stepping. Whether it's gathering things up or avoiding damage or just keeping away from those deadly effects kind of thing. Let's get actually talking about the technique of stutter stepping itself now, and we'll show you exactly how to do it and everything. Okay, so now we've seen exactly what stutter stepping can do and the benefits it brings in a game like Diablo 3. Let's just talk quickly about a few techniques to go behind actually stutter stepping itself. So Diablo 3 can be extremely frustrating or extremely easy for stutter stepping depending on your surroundings. So if you're in a room full of monsters, it can be a slight nightmare to maneuver around the room without accidentally clicking on something you didn't want to click on. So when you click mouse button 1 to move or to auto attack or spender, whatever you have it set to, you will also click on monsters that are in your way. So to fix this, if you go to Control, Options, Key Bindings, and then Force Move, which should be down here, you can set a hotkey to pretty much ignore all monsters in the area and just move to that spot that you wanted to move to instead of accidentally shooting them. So I'll give you a quick example of it. I've set mine to mouse button 5. So if I click mouse button 5, it looks the exact same as clicking mouse button 1. That's both clicks, the same thing. So we've got a few monsters here. If I want to move to where that monster is, I'm accidentally clicking on him. But if I want to force move to that spot, I click my force move button and I will move there instead. So when you're kiting, you can kind of force move and ignore all the monsters in sight. So it's definitely a good technique to get used to. I never got used to it because I started like in Diablo 1 and it just was never really a thing, and I just kind of learned how to do it without. But it's definitely something you should learn how to do because you'll make a lot less mistakes. And if you're trying to push like greater rifts or just not get annoyed in general, it's definitely a little technique that you'll want to know. Let's move on to kind of training yourself to be better at stutter stepping. So I'd probably say the best way to actually learn how to stutter step is to pick up a very slow attack speed character. So like if I take off my belt and my quiver, or not attack speed character, maybe a slower attack speed build. So if you're playing like Marauder 6, it's way slower than, let's say, Unhallowed Essence with your Yang's Recurve. It's like a way, way slower build, and it'll be easier to learn. So all you're really doing is you're clicking somewhere to move and then clicking somewhere to attack. So if I want to move kind of that way and then attack that way, you just kind of click, move, and so on. And if you just get something really slow and just practice that animation, it's just super easy. It's literally all muscle memory. So as you're doing it over and over, your brain is registering that's what your finger wants to do, and you'll pick up exactly how to do it. And then as you get faster, you can kind of, you'll see. You just need to keep practicing it on something slow until you get it down on something fast. It's definitely a weird, like, kind of unnatural movement to do, but the more you practice it, the faster you'll get better at it. I'd say Diablo 3 is one of the easier games in terms of the actual technique because, like, it's very vague. It's not like a MOBA where I'm trying to play Vayne and I'm trying to hit, like, I don't know, their AP mid, like their Annie or something in the middle of a team fight. I'm actually trying to just spray in a general direction with my Demon Hunter. So my right click, I never actually click on a monster, so to speak. I just click in that direction because I know it's going to shoot in that big cone towards where I want to go. There's no real accuracy, so you don't get punished for too many misclicks in this game. Left clicking, I'll show you the technique I'm using for that to not actually attack monsters and just shoot normally. So when I'm left clicking to attack, I'm actually pressing shift every single time I do it. And this is important because lots of the time in a Demon Hunter, you're fighting things off of your screen. So like you'll kite things to a point where like jailers, you'll try to kite them a bit off screen because their jail can absolutely destroy you. So when I'm kiting jailers, they're generally like up here where that monster is. So I don't have anything to click on my left click, but your right click will fire anyways without pressing shift. So whenever I'm kiting, I just press shift, 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 shift. And that's definitely a different, weird technique to get into, but it's kind of necessary that you learn it. And it's very important for kiting off screen, especially on a Demon Hunter. You can on other characters as well, but I find on my Demon Hunter I use it the most. And again, you don't get punished for the bad accuracy because that's such like a coney kind of attack that it just hits everything anyways. So the example being is if I'm kiting something over here, I'll be shift click, shift click, shift click, and then when that's up, I'll just right click. I'll let go of shift completely, and it's as easy as that. So I guess the next thing to talk about would be, when is it okay to stand still on your character and give your wrist a break? Because this technique, especially with like fast attack speed, it kills your wrist after a while, especially when you're doing this over and over and over. It becomes painful, and sometimes you can stand still kind of strategically, and I'll show you when. So here's a good example of times you shouldn't be stutter stepping. As you can see, I'll stutter step around a little bit. That's out of habit. Not only am I invulnerable from the pylon, but I'm set up my follower and my pet in a way that the boss cannot hit me anyways. All of the boss's damage will be avoided. Nothing can hit me. It's not even possible. I just stand back and DPS. So it's actually pointless to stutter step because you could risk losing damage by misclicking or making a mistake, where if you're standing still, you will not. So if you can get the boss off screen fighting your follower or your pet, stand still. There's no point. If you're guaranteed not going to take any damage, then feel free to just shoot away and give your wrist a break and just go for it, because there's no errors going to happen. See the thing on the ground, the little circle? That also is a rare time you can stand still as well. If not much damage is coming in, you're kind of comfortably going to survive. You can stand in that to get extra damage from your follower. Unless they've changed that, I don't know. But either way, there's certain times where it's actually better not to stutter step, but they're very far and few between, especially when pushing greater rifts. So it's just kind of learning when to do it and judge when it's safe based on your toughness and your, how comfortable you are with your character, really. Okay, guys, so that wraps it up for today's guide. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, either inbox me or just ask in the comment section below. So like I was saying earlier, I know I've been gone for a while, guys, and I've been a letdown for like quite a while with the channel, but it's something I do really want to keep doing. I just haven't had the time to do it. I've saved up for like a mortgage, started working full-time, blah, 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 adult stuff. Recently, I've decided to make a move to have a lot more time off of work throughout the year. So I will be making a lot more YouTube content. I know I've said it before, but the proof will be in the content that comes out over the next few months. So thank you if you've stuck around for the content over the years. And, lots of you have probably forgotten that I'm actually a YouTuber, but it's something I'd like to do. My long-term goal would be to do this full-time along with Twitch TV. But we'll start with YouTube for now. So Twitch won't be for a little bit. But yeah. Also, I'm playing Overwatch. Overwatch is like my game of choice right now. Diablo 3 is great, but it's only really amazing in bursts. The first like 2 months of the season, then it kind of falls off a little bit for most players as well. So I'll be doing a guide, Overwatch guides as well. And in the Overwatch guides, I'll be doing like tips on how to get like above rank 70 and just, guides on each character, how they should be played, different situational type things, etc., etc. So if you guys like Overwatch, that's definitely something to look forward to as well. And I won't be abandoning Diablo either, because it's a game that I love. So that wraps it up completely for today then, guys. If you are looking forward to Overwatch stuff, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, it's great to have you all here. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all next week with another video. Bye-bye.